In a city barely larger than a single square mile, where every corner glows with the aura of unimaginable wealth, there is one moment that makes Monaco slow down. The instant elegant women step out of million-dollar supercars as if they've just walked out of a cinematic universe. It's not just style, it's a quiet declaration that they live by a completely different standard. And if you love stories of luxury, power, and dreams fueled by roaring engines, make sure to like and subscribe to join this journey inside real billionaire elegance. Today, you're not just seeing Monaco through postcards or polished social media clips. You're stepping into the real world behind Monte Carlo's lights, where the grace of Monaco women blends seamlessly with horsepower, where every step, every glance, and every arrival carries a story waiting to be uncovered. But the most surprising part isn't the supercars. It's what happens after the doors close, the world that even the streets of Monaco can't reveal at first glance. And that hidden world is exactly what we're about to explore next. There's a moment in Monaco that even the loudest supercar engines can't overshadow. The moment when an elegant woman steps out of the driver's seat with a presence so calm and assured that the entire street seems to pause. It's what many call the Monaco woman effect. A quiet, magnetic confidence that turns an ordinary arrival into a scene people remember long after the engine cools. And what makes it fascinating isn't just the beauty or the luxury, it's the way elegance and power blend so naturally that you start to understand why this tiny kingdom has become the world capital of refined glamour. In most places, a supercar symbolizes status. But in Monaco, when a woman arrives in one, it feels like part of her identity. The way she handles the door, the way she steps onto the pavement, the subtle eye contact she makes with the crowd, everything is precise, intentional, almost cinematic. It's not a performance, it's a lifestyle shaped by ambition, discipline, and the kind of self-assurance that comes from living in a place where excellence is the norm. And yet, it's not about flashing wealth. The real elegance lies in restraint, understated jewelry, minimalist outfits, calm expressions, and movements that speak louder than words. These women don't need to announce anything. Their presence already tells a complete story. Even the way they hold the steering wheel or the way they check their hair in the reflection of the car window reveals a sense of control that defines Monaco's feminine power. But what truly makes this effect unforgettable is how effortless it all seems. There's no rush, no need for attention, no exaggerated poses, just quiet grace, refined confidence, and a touch of mystery that makes viewers wonder who they are, what they do, and how they've crafted a life so beautifully balanced between elegance and adrenaline. And as captivating as this moment is, it's only the beginning. Because once you start noticing the subtle details behind their arrivals, you'll realize there's something even more intriguing waiting just beyond the next corner, where elegance meets intention in ways that Monaco rarely shows to the world. Most people think owning a supercar in Monaco is already a statement. But for the women of Monaco, the real statement lies in which supercar they choose. The moment you realize they rarely drive the common models seen in every luxury city, you start to understand an unwritten rule here. True elegance is found in rarity. And that's exactly why their garages look nothing like what you might expect. Instead of the usual Ferraris and Lamborghinis you see in tourist videos, these women gravitate toward limited editions, bespoke interior designs, and custom colors created exclusively for them. Their preference isn't about owning the fastest engine or the loudest exhaust, it's about owning something no one else has. A McLaren customized with a champagne gold finish. A Bentley whose interior stitching matches the exact shade of their evening dress. A Porsche with hand-painted details crafted by an artist from the south of France. Every choice is intentional, curated, and deeply personal. But there's a deeper layer to it. Each car reflects a part of their identity. Some choose subtle luxury, like an Aston Martin in matte silver with almost no exterior badges. Others choose futuristic designs from boutique hypercar brands that most people have never heard of. In Monaco, exclusivity isn't measured in price, it's measured in uniqueness and story. Even the way they configure their cars speaks volumes. They prefer quiet power over loud engines, refined interiors over flashy exteriors, artisan craftsmanship over mass-produced trends. And because Monaco is one of the few places on Earth where supercars are genuinely part of daily life, these decisions feel less like an indulgence and more like selecting a personal signature. To an outsider, it might seem excessive. But to them, the car is an extension of their lifestyle. Sophisticated, private, and undeniably distinctive. And the more you look at their choices, the clearer it becomes. Each supercar carries a meaning far more profound than horsepower or speed. Yet, the real surprise appears when you see how these ultra-rare cars transform the streets of Monaco themselves, because their presence turns ordinary corners into something far more extraordinary. And that revelation is exactly what unfolds in the next part of this story. If you really want to understand Monaco, don't start with the yachts or the penthouses. Start with the streets. Because here, the road itself is a runway, and every arrival feels like a scene from a perfectly timed fashion film. From Casino Square to the famous Fairmont Curve, the city isn't just a backdrop, it's part of the performance. Casino Square is where it all begins. Supercars line up like jewels on display, but the real highlight is the moment an elegant woman steps out, adjusts her dress, and walks past the fountains as if the entire square was built just for that exact second. The architecture, the lights, the hotel facades, everything frames her presence. People pretend to look at the cars, but their eyes always follow the way she moves through the scene. Then there's the Fairmont Curve, a legendary corner of the Formula One track that, by day and night, becomes a stage for a different kind of race. You'll see a Rolls-Royce gliding past, followed by a rare limited edition Ferrari, then a futuristic electric supercar driven by a woman who looks like she stepped out of a luxury campaign. No one is rushing, yet everything feels charged with energy. Every turn, every stoplight, every valet drop-off becomes part of a silent choreography. The sound of the engine, the click of high heels on stone, the soft closing of a door, even the reflections of headlights and taillights on the wet pavement after a light rain add to the cinematic feeling. It's not chaos, it's coordination without rehearsal. And what makes it even more fascinating is that, for them, this isn't a show, it's just another normal evening. But once you've watched Monaco's streets transform into this moving runway, you can't help but wonder, if this is what happens outside, under the public eye, then what kind of scenes are unfolding in the private spaces these roads quietly lead to, far away from cameras and curious glances? There's a secret harmony in Monaco that most visitors never notice at first glance, the perfect synchronization between fashion and horsepower. Here, elegance doesn't stay inside boutiques, it follows these women into their supercars, onto the streets, and into every moment of their day. If you pay attention, you'll see a level of coordination so refined that it feels almost choreographed. In Monaco, outfits aren't chosen randomly, they're curated with the same precision someone else might reserve for choosing jewelry at a gala. A woman stepping out of an Aston Martin DBS isn't just wearing a dress, she's wearing a silhouette that complements the car's lines. A pastel silk outfit in a Ferrari Roma's cream interior looks intentional, not accidental. A matte black McLaren pairs effortlessly with minimalist high fashion, creating a contrast that feels both bold and timeless. Luxury isn't loud here, it's balanced. A Hermes Kelly bag held lightly in one hand while stepping down from a Rolls-Royce. A pair of Louboutins that echoes the interior stitching of a Bentley Continental GT. Even sunglasses are chosen not only for sun protection, but to match the tone of the moment. Sharp frames for a Lamborghini, soft curves for a Porsche Taycan. And yet, it never feels excessive. It feels natural, almost effortless, like they simply inhabit a world where aesthetics matter as much as movement. Their fashion becomes an extension of their journey. The colors, the textures, the materials all flowing seamlessly with the personality of the supercar they command. What truly sets them apart is the intention behind every choice. They don't dress to impress, they dress to express. And in Monaco, where every street is a stage and every arrival is a moment, that expression becomes a signature. But the deeper you explore this connection between style and horsepower, the more you realize something surprising. Fashion here isn't just about beauty, it's a form of influence. one that quietly shapes perceptions and opens doors. And the women who understand this best are the ones whose power extends far beyond the driver's seat. In Monaco, elegance may be the first thing you notice, but influence is what truly defines the women who shape this city. Behind every graceful arrival and every million-dollar supercar, there's a network of connections quietly woven through Monte Carlo's most exclusive circles. And once you understand these relationships, you begin to see why these women move through Monaco with such unmistakable confidence. This is not the typical social scene found in other luxury capitals. Monaco's network is compact, selective, and built on trust rather than noise. A casual conversation at Café de Paris could lead to an introduction to a yacht owner, an art collector, or the founder of a private investment firm. Dinner at a rooftop restaurant might bring together fashion entrepreneurs, real estate developers, and technology investors, all in the same room. These interactions aren't flashy, they are purposeful, discreet, and incredibly powerful. For women in Monaco, these relationships aren't just social, they're strategic. Many of them are involved in global business ventures, luxury brands, philanthropic foundations, or startup investment groups. They don't shout their achievements, they simply position themselves in the right circles, nurture long-term alliances, and build reputations based on trust and sophistication. Even more intriguing is how naturally these connections evolve. An invitation to a private yacht event might lead to meeting a world-renowned designer. A quiet art auction can turn into a deal for a new lifestyle brand. A shared interest in sustainable luxury might spark a partnership with an international investor. Every interaction carries possibility, and every friendship has the potential to reshape an entire project. But what truly stands out is how gracefully these women navigate these high-level circles. There's no rush, no visible ambition, no exaggerated gestures. Their power lies in poise, timing, and understanding the value of being in the right place with the right energy. And yet, for all the influence happening behind Monaco's glowing skyline, something even more surprising is happening within each of these women. A vision, a goal, a dream that drives everything they do. And when you discover what those dreams are, the entire Monaco lifestyle suddenly looks very different. People often assume the women of Monaco live in a perfect world built purely on luxury. But the truth is far more compelling. Behind the polished image, behind the flawlessly tailored dresses and the quiet grace at Casino Square, lies a level of ambition that surprises anyone who looks closer. These women are not defined by the cars they drive or the lifestyle they display. They are defined by the dreams they are relentlessly building day after day. Some are founders of boutique fashion houses, shaping European trends from behind the scenes. Others run private investment firms, focusing on technology, sustainability, or next-generation wellness brands. A few are creating lifestyle empires, from exclusive cafes to skincare lines crafted for Monaco's elite clientele. And many manage philanthropic foundations, funding education, environmental projects, and global women's initiatives with the same precision they bring to their personal style. What makes their ambition unique is the way it blends with elegance. They pursue big ideas without noise, pressure, or public declarations. In Monaco, power moves quietly. Meetings happen on terraces overlooking Port Hercule, strategies form during late-night dinners on private yachts, and decisions that influence millions are made over a single espresso at Hôtel de Paris. And they're not driven by competition, they're driven by purpose. They want to build something meaningful, something lasting, a business that reflects their values, a project that makes an impact, a brand that elevates what elegance can stand for. Their dreams are not about wealth. Wealth is simply the tool they use to shape the world they envision. But what truly sets them apart is how they balance everything: the acceleration of a supercar, the serenity of a luxury lifestyle, and the determination to turn their vision into reality. And once you understand the ambition guiding them, the next question becomes irresistible. If their days are filled with purpose and refinement, then what do their nights look like? When the city lights come alive and Monaco transforms into something even more exclusive. When nighttime falls over Monaco, most people imagine loud parties, blinding lights, and endless celebrations. But the truth for Monaco's elite women is far more refined, far more intimate, and infinitely more exclusive. Their nights aren't about being seen, they're about entering a world only a handful of people are ever invited into. And if you follow the soft glow of Monte Carlo's skyline closely enough, you'll start to notice that the real magic begins after the cameras disappear. Their evenings often start with a quiet dinner at a rooftop restaurant overlooking the harbor, where the atmosphere is calm, the conversations are strategic, and the guest list is always curated with intention. This is where new ideas are shared, partnerships begin, and future plans take shape, all wrapped in the warmth of candlelight and the view of super yachts gently swaying below. But the true essence of Monaco nightlife for these women lies in its exclusivity. Instead of crowded clubs, they prefer private lounges tucked behind unmarked entrances, intimate gatherings aboard yachts anchored just far enough from shore to ensure privacy, or art salons hosted in penthouses where collectors, designers, and entrepreneurs gather like a hidden constellation of influence. Every setting is crafted to create space for connection, not noise. And of course, there's the simple elegance of driving through the city at night, the hum of a quiet engine echoing through the tunnel, the reflection of lights on the curves of a custom supercar, the feeling of being part of a world where luxury doesn't need to shout. Their presence adds a softness to Monaco's nightlife that you won't find anywhere else. Yet, the most captivating part of these nights isn't the beauty or the exclusivity, it's the sense that something meaningful is always unfolding just beneath the surface. Because after the private dinners, after the yacht conversations, after the calm midnight drives, there is one final element of the Monaco night that reveals more about these women than anything else. And it's something only the next chapter can uncover. There's something almost magnetic about the women of Monaco, something that goes beyond beauty, elegance, or luxury. It's the look in their eyes, a calm confidence, a silent determination, and a spark that makes people wonder, what exactly are they dreaming of? Because whether they're stepping out of a limited edition Ferrari or walking through the marble halls of Monte Carlo, you can sense it instantly. They're moving towards something bigger than the life everyone else sees. For many visitors, the fascination begins with the surface, the supercars, the outfits, the iconic settings. But what truly captivates the world is the energy these women carry. It's an energy shaped by ambition, discipline, and an unspoken understanding that Monaco is not just a paradise, it's a platform. A place where dreams aren't fantasies, they're projects, goals, and long-term visions that reshape who they become. Some dream of launching global businesses. Some dream of artistic influence, creative legacy, or technological innovation. Others dream of building a life of freedom, where time, choices, and opportunities are entirely their own. These dreams give them a presence that turns heads without trying, a quiet power that draws attention even in a city filled with billionaires, royalty, and icons. And the world can feel it. It's why tourists lift their cameras, why YouTubers chase every supercar arrival, why influencers travel across continents just for a glimpse of Monaco's feminine energy. There is something deeply inspiring about women who live beautifully yet think boldly, who enjoy luxury yet remain focused, who move gracefully yet carry ambition like a hidden crown. But the most surprising part is how effortlessly they blend all these elements, elegance, independence, wealth, vision, into a lifestyle that feels unreal to anyone watching from the outside. And when you finally piece together everything you've seen, the arrivals, the connections, the quiet ambition, the nighttime world, you're left with one final question that pulls you deeper than ever. If this is the part the world is allowed to see, then what does the part behind closed doors look like? And who are these women when no one is watching? In Monaco, elegance is more than a lifestyle, it's a language. And the women who move through this city have mastered it in a way that feels almost timeless. From the supercar arrivals that turn everyday streets into living runways, to the quiet ambition that fuels their dreams, every detail reveals a world where grace and determination coexist in perfect harmony. These women don't just follow the rhythm of Monaco, they define it. Their presence shapes the atmosphere, their choices set the tone, and their stories give the city its unmistakable soul. And now, after seeing the layers behind the beauty, the power, the intention, the connections, and the dreams, you begin to understand why the world can't look away. Monaco isn't just about luxury, it's about the people who bring that luxury to life, especially the women whose elegance carries meaning far deeper than appearance. If you enjoyed stepping inside this world of refinement and ambition, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment what part of Monaco's hidden lifestyle you want to explore next. Because the stories of these extraordinary women are far from over, and the next chapter will take us even deeper into the heart of the billionaire lifestyle.